It's your main man, Clubber D, and I'm here with the one and only number one self-proclaimed Commander slash Redskins slash Washington football team fan, Shane Peacher. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, thank you for having me, man. Unfortunately, how the season's going, we're going to get into that in a bit. But hey, let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's go.
And just like you said with the season, the way it's going, like, and you named this perfectly when the season when this started. We'll say Commander's Code Red. That's what this episode will be. Commander's Code Red. And we're going to talk about how we got there and, possibly what can happen to get them out of their little slump. Not that they're going to listen to us, but they should kind of listen to us. And I'm wearing a lot of Niner gear, so I'm going to do the same thing about my Niners. Pretty soon I'll record that one too. But let's start this off, kind of before the season started. We know you guys had the amazing record last year and with Jane Daniels doing his thing. What were your expectations going into the season? Like, what were you thinking?
Expectations super high.
Mm-hmm.
I expected a little less than the wins because the schedule was brutal. You could see that. You don't really know what the schedule is like until the season starts, but
Right.
that the teams are good. We had a first place schedule second place schedule, but because of last year. And I expected a 10-win season and 9 playoffs. I mean, that was the expectations going in, 100%. No doubt about it. And, obviously it's not going well at all. And we named this podcast Code Red for a reason. And Code Red, like I told you earlier, Code Red before Thanksgiving is pretty embarrassing. And let's talk about how we got there.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the all-season moves you guys did, you brought in Larry Tunsil, you brought in Debo, you trade away. Was that a 5th round for Debo? And what was it for Larry Tunsil? Would you trade
2 second rounds,
2 second
and a
rounds?
third,
Okay.
I think.
I mean, you make moves like that. That's the type of moves you make when you strike when the iron's hot. You guys usually made those moves back in the day when the iron was cold as hell, but now you guys did it when it's hot. So I think I wasn't mad at those moves, but in hindsight, probably should have kept them.
No, I mean, when Adam Peters made those moves,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it was a change in his plan. I mean,
Right.
Last year happened. It was even a shock to probably them. So I think he did the win now, which I don't fault it, but he's on my watch list for next year now because now we're super old. We're the oldest
Yeah.
team in the football. I mean, and a lot of that goes to, certain players like Bobby Wagner and kind of jumps it, and Zach Ertz.
I'm a fan of both, but it's just, like you said, yeah, they are old and they're still
Yeah,
producing, but just not on the leather limited. You know what I mean?
well, it looks like they fell off a cliff this year, but we'll get to it a bit later. Maybe they didn't because maybe the offense protected the defense last year. Because, like I said, looking back, it probably was the same. If that makes sense.
That was good. Paul Blart segue, because I was going to ask, do you think your QB is injury prone? He had his issues in college. I don't remember him being. I didn't follow too much last year with the Commanders, but I don't know if he was hurt last year, if he missed any games. But this year, he's had some issues, and obviously with the dislocated elbow, is that name going to be attached to him? That title?
I hope not. Last year he did. Remember, he broke his rib before the.
That's right.
Bears
Sure
game,
did. Yeah.
Remember, but he didn't miss a game. He missed no games last year. But still, it's an injury, right? It counts.
That's
This
true.
year, 3 injuries already? Missing multiple games. Looks like he's going to miss at least half of the season in
Would
games.
you bring him back? Would you bring him back?
Bring Jaden back?
Yeah. Would you bring him back this year? Would you hold him? What would you do?
I'd hold him out.
Right.
I know he needs experience too, so it's kind of one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't trust the team right now. It seems like they've given up. It's the offense he's getting hit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it's him, but a lot of it is the line's not blocking well. Laramie Tunsil's doing great though. That's the one signing that AP made that's been amazing. He's top 5 in pass blocking, so he's where he normally is. So I have no problem with him. The injury prone question though, I'm gonna have to lean yes, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But like I said, I'm praying that this year is just one of them unlucky years. So
I'm with
we'll
you
see.
on that. It's only his second year, and kind of like with me, with our quarterback Brock Purdy, I don't want to say injury prone, but I'm about to say, yeah, he's injury prone. In his last few games he did play, he's thrown a pick in like the last probably 4 or 5. So I'm a big Brock guy on my side, but it is what it is.
We all know what makes it worse too is the fact that, this was said it could be a problem beforehand, before the draft, right? That was a red flag. And he's been hurt 4 times now. Like I said, the one time last year he didn't get hurt. But the thing that makes it huge is the play of Drake May. And he looks like a tank. He looks like a guy that's not going to get hurt with a simple hit. The body structure is there. I mean, obviously anybody can get hurt, right? You can tear your ACL on any freak play. But he can take a licking and keep on ticking. And unfortunately, you know how I feel about Caleb Williams, but it's the same with him, man. They both have not missed a game in both of these years, and they're both looking good. They're both looking a lot better than last year.
Hmm. We we said that last time with it was on the Sunday Showdown. You can check us out on Sunday Showdown on Ball and
Sunday
Buds.
Showdown.
We were there every Sunday. If there's food around the corner or not, we're gonna be rocking and rolling. And where we I mentioned that I said that someone
Wait,
one of the guests wrote in.
you just sang that song and didn't end the podcast?
Stupid. But so someone had posted that questions, guys. He's a Broncos fan, and he put his list of who he thought was the best quarterbacks, and of course he had Bo Nix as number one. And me personally, I have Drake May as number one out of that class of quarterbacks of last year who got drafted. Because if you put Drake May with that defense that Bo Nix has, I think he'd be way up here. But still early to tell. But I'll try and find that and put that in here in
He's
the
doing it
post.
without that defense, though, right?
Yeah,
I
sure
mean, come
is.
on,
Yeah,
he's doing it without that
pretty
defense,
much. I
and
mean,
he really just has digs to throw to. We're going off topic because it's not the Redskins, but yeah, I like Knicks, and he's right now. I'd say he's definitely the best quarterback out of that draft
me
by
too.
far.
He's
And it's
by
not
he,
even close.
he is what Mitch Trubisky was supposed to be coming out of North Carolina. When the Bears traded to get
Hmm.
him, and then we traded with us because we drafted Solomon Thomas, of all people.
And didn't they only trade up one spot? Like they didn't
It
even
was
have to
yeah, it
do
was
it,
like 3 to
right?
4, something like that. It was just, but then you got Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes in the same draft.
Right.
Oh my God, I hate my life. Anyways, but but it's so Peters is on the side eye list right now. I see a lot of
Hmm.
memes. So the last few weeks I've seen memes of like government shutdown and
Yikes!
Commanders shut down. Also, there's a defensive meme that I think you posted. I'm gonna put it up here, but it was about how many big plays I guess you guys have
Yikes!
given up or something like that. I think that
Man,
was.
for for the last month, the defense has given up 400 plus yards a game. The Commanders can't get a turnover to save their lives. They had none the last game against Detroit. It wasn't even close. They weren't even close to the ball.
Hmm.
It's been very embarrassing defensively, and that's our main problem. So if you want to get into that, let's go. Let's run with it because that's what I'm worried about. And when you have a defensive-minded head coach and the defense is, and I'm not, this is not hyperbole. This is not making things up. I really believe the defense I'm seeing this year is
Hmm.
the worst defense I've ever seen in my NFL watching career, which has been 38 years. It's the
Jesus.
worst defense I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it, Dion.
Let's go right there. Like I posted a couple times, do it again around the bottom. Why did the defense fall off? Why do you think that they've fallen off from last year's performance to this year's performance?
Well, I mean, like I said, I was excited last year with how the team was playing and stuff. But if you look back, maybe the defense was the same, except the offense was so good last year. They kept the ball away from the other offenses most of the year. They
Hmm.
scored lots of points, so I think they covered it up. I think the defense has always been like this, but now this year we have no help from the offense. It's showing. It's showing how bad they are. They're on the field a lot more. Highest. I mean, I'm scared of 3rd and 15. You might as well give them the first down. I'm
I know
serious,
how it
and
feels.
I think I saw a stat the other day. 2nd and long is a first down for teams this year against us. I think it's over 50% conversion rate of 2nd and longs. So we
You
don't even
know,
get them to third down.
I feel your pain on that because when we played the Texans and it was like 3rd and 14, and Braxton Berrios of all people broke 8 tackles and got the first down like he's Mike Allstott in 1998. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how
Right.
trust me, the 3rd and long, that pains me. Like in the Super Bowls we lost to the Chiefs, it was like 3rd and 20, and Mahomes is like, boop, those are Tyreek Hill, and that's the game right there, or just stuff like that. Like I feel your pain when it's third and long, and they still get the first down. It's like nothing you can
But
do
with
can stop them.
but with the Commanders, Dion, it's easy though. Like it's
Hmm.
not even like a contested catch. It's like we're not covering. It's like I can't explain it. And in fact, you heard the rumor about the NFL trying to get rid of the onside kick and going to 4th and 15. Please God, no, not till we
What?
fix this defense. Because if they do that, there's going to be a lot of comebacks against us. Well, maybe because we don't have leads ever, but you know what I'm getting at. Like I'd be
If they
frightened
did
with that.
that, where would they put the 4th and 15? Where would you put the ball at? Can't put it on
I don't
the
know.
50.
I think it needs to be. I think it needs to be like the five. It needs to be tough. You need to go at least 95 yards because
Yeah.
it
Well,
has to be. You have to put it like the 5 yard line.
And if there's only like 12 seconds left in the game or 5 seconds left in the game, what's the point? It's just be a Hail Mary or, was it keep pitching the ball back? The band is on the field, one of those type plays. That's the only way,
Yeah.
that stuff can, yeah, that's about to be mad corny. They did
Yeah, but
that.
you don't have to use it at the end of the games, though. That's what I'm saying. If
Shit,
it's like
yeah.
the fourth quarter, you're down like 3 touchdowns early, then you just do that. You say, "Hey,
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's a good point.
go," you know?
That's a good point. Okay. I know as far as like wondering why the defense fell off, and you mentioned earlier Bobby Wagner being 35. Is there
Mhm.
anybody else? Like, is it the scheme? Is it the players? Like, is there any changes that you would do, like, kind of if they were to change that defense to get them rocking and rolling?
I think it's a little bit of both. We're gonna find out this week because, news came out that Dan Quinn, our head coach, is taking over as the defensive coordinator.
Hmm.
I said on the Sunday Showdown that I think he was avoiding that because I think it's his defense.
Yeah.
You can blame Joe Witt all you want, but when your head coach is the defensive mastermind and a defensive person,
Hmm.
I put blame on him, especially when it's going on this long. You're telling me he hasn't stepped in?
Yeah.
Even if Joe Witt's the defensive coordinator, he's had to put his input in. He's had to have stepped in, or else he's not being a good head coach.
Is Joe
So
Witt
that
on the
worries me.
field
We're
or is
going to
he in the
find out.
booth? Is he down on the field? Or is he in the booth up there?
Witt was in the booth most of the year. They moved him to the down to the field last game, and
Okay.
obviously it didn't matter.
Yeah, that's
Which when
usually
that
the
happens, when
move.
they say we want to move you as a
Hmm.
that's a last ditch effort. Because what really does that do? It does nothing. So you knew it was about to be canned if something bad happened against Detroit, which Detroit's one of the best offenses in football. So it
Yeah.
was no surprise to me.
I mean, it got to the point in that Detroit game. You got Deron Payne throwing right hooks at people. I'm Rossay Brown, and I'm like, why are you throwing his little ass? What did he do to you? But they said he hit him first. I saw Kinlaw put his hands on the ref. Kinlaw bum rush Grant Cohn, one of the Niners beat reporters when he was in San Fran. So I've always liked Kinlaw. I like his story. I just feel like that knee situation has always did him dirty since college. He came out with that knee injury, and I don't think he's ever really recovered from that knee injury. And been the same. He's a great, talent if he could just unlock that talent. If he's mind right, he'd be all right. Uh, and with you lost Jonathan Allen last year. Your cornerbacks, I know Emmanuel Forbes had 2 picks against us this past Sunday, which is wild. You guys got Amos, I believe, in the second or third round or something like that, or was it first round? I'm
Which
not
he broke
sure.
his leg this week. He
Oh, he
broke
broke
his
his
leg
leg.
this week. Yeah, so he's out for the rest of the year. It's been one of them years. And let's go back to Payne. I want to I made a joke, but it might be real. Payne is playing chess and not checkers. He got himself out of that long ass flight to Madrid, Spain this weekend, knowing the season's over. So congrats to him for doing what he needed to do. And who punches a helmet anyway? What good does that do? Which
Ask Deion
also
Sanders,
leads me
Andre Rison. I mean, at least grab
so
the
the
face mask
dumbest
and
thing
drag him
ever.
down.
Right, exactly. It just makes no sense. Let's hit a helmet. Come on now.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. That's bonkers. I don't understand when players do that. I get you're mad, you want to steal on somebody, but let's just relax, relax, relax.
It definitely shows how frustrated the team is, though, because it's not just Payne.
Hmm.
After every play, when they were getting casseroled, Dion, there was some little scuffle. It's like, how about beating their ass on the field instead of after the play, just because you're frustrated? It's an all out frustrating season, man.
My ass of being, I was being a little selfish myself because I had Laporta. I was like, man, come on, please give me something. Losing the cornball Chris, man, old bum. But yeah, it's one of those things. I feel like every team, every year, we feel like our team will not go all the way, but you want them to do well, do better what they did last year. And it sucks when your team has not been doing so well, and then out of nowhere you have a really good season. It's weird because that next season, then the spotlight's going to be on you guys, and then you're going to be on TV a lot more, this, that, and third. And that's like watching a family member or something like that play sports. You're like, all right, don't mess up, don't embarrass the family. And then you watch a team play, and they get mollywopped on national TV or like a Monday night game or a Sunday night game or a Thursday night game. So those expectations are a little higher because when they lost before, it's like, okay, I'm the only one watching, or my fan base is only watching this, so it's going to be is what it is. But when
Hmm.
everyone's watching, that's when everyone's going to have every 2 cents to talk about you. So, how's that going for you this year? With expectations were so high.
Well, like I said a month ago. I think it started a month ago. 8 straight weeks of non 1 o'clock games for the Commanders. 4 or 5 standalone games. And we got another standalone game this weekend. It's early in the morning, but it's still a standalone game. And like you said, it just turns into be embarrassing. You're like, just flex us out. Put us back to one. We got flexed out this weekend, by the way. We were supposed to be the game of the week against the Lions. It was supposed to be Brady and them calling our game, but they flexed us out. Rightfully so.
Oh well,
Rightfully so.
they flex they flex all the way to us, and we got Molly Wop. So I didn't want to be the game of the week. I got people calling me.
Yeah,
Don't
them
you hate
four
when people
o'clock
that
games were. Oof.
don't you hate when people don't watch a team and then they just be like, I don't. When your team's baying on TV, they're like, oh, well, they should do that. You ain't not John Madden. Shut up. Don't tell me what they should do. First of all, I don't know Kyle Shanahan. I can't call him. So don't tell me what you feel should happen or not happen. Okay. Tired of people doing that stuff all the time. Leave me alone.
Or they try to tell you about your team like you don't know more than them.
Yeah.
And then
Hello.
again, with with it being like standalone games, primetime games, you get
Mm-hmm.
the people that don't really watch and they fake watch and they pretend, just that it's a cool thing to say. It's like, man, shut up. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Kick
I don't want to hear
rocks.
from you.
Yeah. Why? Oh, I think I used to do that. The funniest thing I ever heard in my life was out the barbershop back in the day, years ago. And, people just, this is where I coined the frame and people, the phrase. People say this anyways, but I started saying people just say shit just to say shit. And this guy was just we're talking. This guy goes, some say Jerry Rice is the best wide receiver of all time, and we're like, who says some say? Everybody says that.
Right.
Who was better than Jerry Rice? Like, shut up. Like, everyone's trying to be so profound nowadays. It's like, well, they say Marshall Faulk was a decent running back. Oh, really? They say that? Shut the fuck. Shut up. God. All right, my blood's boiling. Well, before we end it, I want to know if it was up to you right now, and knowing what you know so far with the team and all the moves they've made leading up to this unfortunate season, even though it's not over with, you know, would you blow the team up and start over,
I would
or
blow the
should they?
coaching staff up, I think. I would blow the coaching staff up. I'm a proponent of when you make a mistake in the NFL, the teams that are good get rid of that mistake quickly, right?
Right.
And unfortunately, I think Dan Quinn was a mistake. Another old Dan, he's starting to feel like Ron Rivera 2.0 all over again. I think he's a way better leader of men. He's a way better coach. He's a way better person. But man, I can't get over being a defensive minded guy and the defense being the worst I've ever seen. And now today's NFL is for the young guys, man. It's for the young. You really want. I mean, how many defensive coaches are good? I mean, Mike McDonald, right? Like he's
Yeah, he's
legit,
good.
right? Like he
He's
can
good.
lead a
Yeah.
team, but it doesn't really happen like that anymore. A lot of the best teams are offensive minded young guys that can get your offense going because the NFL makes it almost impossible for defense. Like it's made for offense, it's made for scoring. Like there's defensive holds in every play, like I can't explain. I just think we need to move, especially to help Jaden out.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me started on Cliff, man. I like Cliff, but it's like there's been no upgrade this year. It's the same as last year. It's like you gotta, there's defensive coordinators that are paid a lot of money to figure you out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting figured out again. And this is what Cardinals fans told me. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Look how awesome he's doing now. That's just being a fan, man. When you're a fan, you get overly hyped when good things happen.
Damn right.
And that's what I was last year, man. And now I'm seeing that it was probably fool's gold, which sucks because now where are we at? I don't think we're as bad as we are now,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not as good as last year either. Hopefully, it's somewhere in between. But these last few games of Dan Quinn are gonna tell me because now he's the defensive coordinator. He has no excuse. He has no scapegoat. You can't blame Witt anymore for the rest of the season. You're the defensive coordinator. Show me something, and maybe I'll change my mind as a fan.
You do have a point though, Mike McDaniel. He has, I believe, it's Clint Kubiak, who's we all know his dad as used to be an offense coordinator, disciple of Mike Shanahan, and he was with us. Him and his brother were with us at the Niners. I think I want to say him or his brother was with Robert Saleh and with the Jets. I don't know if it was Clint though. I think Clint went to the Saints, but you got a loans. These defensive coaches can hide behind a very good young offensive mind or just a good offensive mind. Period. So that's gonna be the main thing with these defense coaches, and McDaniel has that. You look at what's his name with the Chiefs. He's found his niche. Spagnola. He's found his niche. He knows he's probably not the best head coach, but he could be a good DC. So now with you on that, it's his offensive league. So you got to have offensive minded coach. And like I said it on the Sunday Showdown show. That is tough. That is the tough S's right there. Ball and Buds, check it out every Sunday, 7:15. They fired a day ball yesterday. So, I'm saying right now, Lane Kiffin, watch, he's gonna go to New York. They're gonna find somebody for Dart. Might be his old
Yeah,
coach
it
though.
makes sense. It definitely makes sense for Dart. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna get back to Dan Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
I said I would get rid of him. I don't think the team will. I think he's back next year no matter what. But if things still look the same, he needs to look in the mirror
Mm-hmm.
and he needs to bring in and hire a defensive coordinator that doesn't think like him.
Mm,
If things stay the same,
not
we
bad.
need, yeah, because like I said, his defense just ain't cutting it right now, and it's bad. It's very bad. So if they keep him, you better bring in somebody that doesn't think like him for on the defensive side of the ball. Maybe a young mind, or if it's a vet, somebody that's done it before. And like you said, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say, but it is what it is. They got to do something
It's
different.
well, unfortunate thing, we're week 11 already, and what y'all's record right now? You
Three
guys are what, like
wins.
three and something or something like that? Who knows?
Yeah,
We're just gonna we'll go boop, put it right
three
there.
and
Yeah,
6 or 7. It's
yeah.
just so many losses. I can't even keep count.
That's why they want to mention it. But I'll post a record. We'll do one at the end of the season, kind of see how things turned out. But it's good to at
Thank God
least
for the
vent.
Giants.
Yeah, yeah, and those
Thank
that's
good for the
what.
Giants.
And unfortunately, those are three injuries that stopped them from getting some wins. Think of Dart. Think if Dart would have started this year. Think of Scatterboo. Well, what, their playing style that probably would have happened earlier. Link
No, don't get me
Link Neighbors the
wrong.
only one.
Don't get me wrong. Right now, especially this whole season, actually, I'll say it. They're better than us. They've been a better team than us. I mean, we beat them. We got to play Russell Wilson though, so that kind of like is a check mark. But no, they lost 2 games. That Denver game was atrocious loss. This past weekend against the Bears, atrocious loss. Fourth quarter blunders. You can't lose the Denver game for sure. So they should at least have one more win, 100%.
That's true. That is true. Well, any closing words before we get up out here on this Commander's Code Red episode?
We're really past code red. Please just look better this weekend. Please, defense, just show me something. That's all I'm going to say. Please show me something. And unfortunately, as a Commanders, Redskins football team fan, yeah, we have just as many name changes than we do wins this year. That's freaking
Oh,
ridiculous. Whoa,
oh,
horrible, horrible, horrible.
Jesus.
So yeah, it's just I'm used to it though. I'm used to it.
Yeah,
We've been bad for 30 plus years. So that's why you get a little overly excited last year, I think, because we haven't seen it so long. I'm thirsty for it. I'm thirsty for it, Dion.
right. Take a drink. Well, that was Commander's Code Red. Check my man, Peach Mania, on X. I had this thing under his name tag on the little whatever the hell you want to call it. But
If
that's
you
our
want to really
episode.
see me rant, you
Say
want to
what?
really see me rant, go to if you want to really see me rant, go to X because
Yeah, go to
I go
X.
crazy on
Please
there.
add my man on X, Peach Mania on X, if you want to see his rants. Because we didn't talk about a certain receiver, but we're not going to talk about. We're not going to mention his name, but yeah. But also check us out on
He turned heel
Ball and
this year.
Buds.
He
Yeah,
turned heel this year for sure.
he did the hill change. He turned the Hulk Hogan on us big time. He leg dropped Joe Gibbs out of nowhere. Like, whoa, what are you doing? He did one
And
of those.
he hasn't been in a game supporting his teammates all year long with injury, but yet they say, "Oh, he's going to be in Spain." If I see him drinking some tequila with his wife on the beach because he just went for vacation, you'll really see me blow up on X. So look out for
Lord.
that.
Yeah, I won't say nothing, but I might put his picture up here.
Yikes!
But y'all be easy. Check us out on Ball and Buds every Sunday, 7:15 on Ball and Buds channel, okay? All right, it's Club D. Peace. We out.
Out.